Okay, Sloth Planter kit. It's been a while, but the last thing we did was we did a leg. I did do the others. And I mean, this is a good example of why I always suggest doing them all at once, because I did the one when we did the last video and then didn't do the other ones till the other day. These three are the ones that I did the other day, and this one is the first one that I did, and you can see it's just a little bit smaller all the way around, which I'm not concerned about, but it is best to do them close together if you can. So we're going to do the face, which requires color B, which is the white. And I'm planning for this to be a little bit of a shorter video. I don't have that much time, but I wanted to see what I could get done. So let's try going from this end and see if that's any better. Okay, so we have color B, and just gonna get working on this. So we're gonna chain 10. So I'm just gonna make my slip knot. So I'm gonna bring the tail around my thumb, hold the tail between those fingers, pinch my working yarn, and then bring the loop over my working yarn, grab that little top of the working yarn and pull to tighten down my slip knot. Put that on my hook, tighten it down, and now chain 10. So yarn over, pull through the loop on your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we are. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And yeah, we've done chain and everything before in this kit. Okay, so we're going to do 2 half double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook. So this is the 1st chain from the hook. This is the loop on my hook. We don't count that. So 1st, 2nd, 3rd. So under this loop here, we're going to put 2 half double crochet. So we're going to yarn over and insert under the top of that loop. Yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops for 1, and then another one into the same spot. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. 1 moment. I go outside for 1 minute and my throat is all fussy. Half double crochet in the next 6. Okay. So here's the edge of the chain that we just worked into. So we're going to work into this one next with 1 half double crochet. And then into the next here, we'll put our 2nd. Then here, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. And then here in our last, we're going to do 3 half double crochet and we're going to turn. So we're going to do 1, 2, and then into the same spot again. Do 1 more for 3. Now, if you want to, for your clarity, you can put stitch marker here. So here where we started, we have this twist of rope on the bottom. And then here we have where you can still see both sides. That's our 1st chain Right here is our second chain, this little kind of like, think of it as a coffee cup mug handle. And then right here we got the top of our first. I should have probably mentioned that at the beginning, but you can put a stitch marker into that stitch to keep track. It helps when you're doing these things. And now we're turning and working the opposite side of the chain. And we are going to half double in the next 6 and join to the top of the beginning chain 2. So we're going to work our 6 half double across here. So we're just going to do 2, 4, 6 and join. So since we've already worked into like this cubby here, I'm just going to go, trying to make sure you can see this. Since we've already worked into this cubby here, I'm just going to go into this one right here. Yarn over, insert, do that half double for 1, and then right here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay. Now I'm going to take this one stitch out real fast. Now looking at this, you can totally say, well, shouldn't you just go under this like one loop instead of going sort of through the center? Honestly, it's just easier. It's faster just to go through the center here than to go through. Make sure you're just going through the one thing, and I don't think visually that it makes too much of a difference. So I really just can't be bothered to care about which one I go in. So like if you can see the 2 different sort of finishes you get, I think you can do whichever one you would like to do, but since it seems to make so little difference, I just do the easy thing and slip under both. I'll put those 2 back in. And here are our 6, 2, 4, 6. And now we are joining to the top of the beginning of the chain 2, or the top of the beginning chain 2. So that's this guy right here. If you put in the stitch marker to your first crochet, it's the one right before that. Otherwise, you got this one here, that's a chain. Then you got this one here, that's a chain. And you can see that the light seems to be going in and out. All right, so I'm going to join to the beginning of that chain 2. So we got this little oval. Now we're going to chain 2, half double crochet in the same stitch as joining. So we're going to half double into the part of the chain that we joined to. 2 half double crochet in the next 2, half double crochet in the next 6. Okay. So chain 2, and then where does it want us to join? It wants us to join to the beginning of the chain 2. So I'm going to take this stitch marker out and I'm going to put it into this second chain here. And then into the same spot where we joined, I'm going to put one half double crochet. 1 half double crochet there, 2 in each of the next 2 stitches. So we did 1 in here, now we're going to put 2 under here. 1, 2, and 2 in the next as well. 1, 2. Half double in the next 6, okay. So here in the next, put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now that we're at the other corner, we're going to do 2 half doubles in the next 3 to make room around that corner. So here we go into this one here. We'll put 2. I split that loop right there. So that was 1. This is 2. Into the next, we'll put 2 right here. And 2 in the next. Okay. Half double in the next 6. So start here in the next stitch with 1 half double in each of the next 6. So that was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That split. Okay. Now here we are, and it wants us to join to the top of the beginning, chain 2 again. So here we are, we've marked it. If you didn't, you can see the edge of the one that you just worked into, and then the 1 chain and the second. Now, let me take this out for a second. Whether you want to slip under just this top loop and join, or whether you want to just slip into the opening and join is kind of up to you. Usually I do just the top loop because I think it makes a slightly smoother finish. Like it leaves a little less of a gap. Chain 2, and I will again put my stitch marker back in there. Let's do a round count. It should have 24. So since we are counting the stitch we're joining to, we'll start our count like including this one. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24 in our join. Okay, so again, we're doing a half double in the same stitch we joined to. And then 2 half double in the next 5. So sometimes how I'll do this is I'll say, okay, if it's 2 half double in the next 5, that's 10 total. So I'll just do groups of 2 until I'm at 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Half double crochet in the next 6. And then 2 half double in the next 6. So this time to 12. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then half double in the next 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Join to the top of the beginning chain. So take out that stitch marker and join chain 2, half double in each stitch around. Okay. Are we still joining? Yeah, we're still joining to the top of the chain 2. So I'm going to put my stitch marker in here. And half double in each stitch around. Now, before we were putting our first half double into the same stitch as joining because it was counting as one of the increases. So like that's why we were doing 2 half double in the next 5, but then at the end doing 2 half double, or at the other side doing 2 half double in the next 6, because that first one counted, like this chain is counting as one of our stitches here. So this time it's just going to go here in this next stitch for 1 half double in each round. Okay. So there's our last one. That's our join there. Now technically, if you start your count with this first half double, you'll get to 35 because this is counting as one of our stitches here. So really you start your count in this case with this chain 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36. So we're going to join here. Now, with the face piece that I made earlier, the gray and the, like, one of my pieces, actually, I think it might have been the body, was smaller than usually. You have to do pretty tight tension in these. This one, it seems like you can do a little looser, so I might at some point end up redoing that piece if I think it's too small. I would just do everything that I did, but with looser tension. I'm not sure. It all depends on how it looks. So fasten off, leaving a tail for sewing. We're giving an approximate measurement. So let's see. So approximate is 3.5, which, you know, that's right about where we are, by 2.5. Okay. And we are going to do that slip stitch, tighten it down, and then leave a tail for sewing. I'm going to go around the outside edge here about twice to guesstimate the length for the tail for sewing. Trim this, and that is the face piece. I'll weave this end in if I can find my needle. And trim that off. Okay, and that's that. So we've got that piece. And now our next step is for the mouth. So for this we need the brown right here. And the eye patches are also going to be in this color. Which end do I want to use? Where even are the ends? Who's in charge here? Oh, I found it. Alrighty. So we got our color, and we are going to do our slip knot. We're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to do 11 double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. And if I am not mistaken, this is our first double crochet. So, wait, it's not. We did them in the body. Looky there. Either way. So 4th chain from the hook. Loop on our hook. 1st chain, 2nd chain, 3rd chain, 4th chain is right here. Yarn over. Insert, pull up a loop so that you have 3 loops in your hook. Now you're going to yarn over and pull through just the first 2 loops, like so, and then yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. Now, here we have, since we had a chain 4 and we worked into one, we got 3 chains left. So we got 1, 2, 3, and then the top of our thing. When we come back later, we're going to join to the top of this chain 3. So I'm going to slip my stitch marker in there. And again, this is the other half of the one that we already worked into. This is the next chain. This is the next, and this is the next. So that's one. Now we're going to yarn over, insert into the same spot, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over again, pull through the last 2 for 2, and we're going to continue yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2 for 3, and we're just going to keep going for, lay down, tail, stop that. 5, this one's really spongy. The white one was coarse. 6, 7, okay, so 8, 9, 10, and this is 11, which counting the chain 3 gives us 12, and we are just going to join to the top of this chain 3 and fasten off. With a slip stitch there. Now, what is this? This is the mouth, and it looks like we'll be doing embroidery into the center here anyway, but I still think that I'm going to use this tail. I guesstimate a sewing tail. Probably about there is fine. I still think I am going to use this tail to close this up a little, because that created a pretty big opening. So I'm just going to slip in and around these stitches, thread this through. And one more to get all the way back around. I'm in between the bars of these stitches here. I'm not going all the way through. Do what you're supposed to. And then I'm just going to pull this to tighten it somewhat. And make that opening smaller. I don't feel the need to close it completely, because we are going to use some embroidery thread, but just a little smaller. And now I'm going to go under a nearby stitch and tie this off so it doesn't re-loosen. And I'm going to weave this end in, going back around in the circle a little bit. Now it was already fastened, so I'm not really worried about, like, we started with the chain instead of the magic circle, so I'm not really worried about that, but there we go. Mouth. Now eye patches, you're going to make 2 of these. I'll just do 1 on 1. So we're going to chain 8, so slip knot, just like we did a moment ago. Chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 3 half double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, and this time yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And I'm going to put a stitch marker. So this is the top of the thing we just worked. I'm going to put the stitch marker in the top of the chain there. So that's 1, and how many does it want? 3. So insert into the same spot for another half double, 2, and then another for 3. Half double and next 4. So starting right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then in our last stitch we're going to do 4 half double, our last chain rather, we're going to do 4 half double and turn and work the other side. So 1, 2, split the loop. So this will be 3, right? I just did 2. 1, 2, 3, yeah. And then 4. Okay, turn to work down this side. And now we are going to half double crochet in the next 4. So we got the edge that we've worked on to here. And we've got our loops here. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I feel like this yarn is a little harder to see than the last one. 4 for the placement of those. But, you know, they're across from the previous half double crochets, the 4 center. All right, where are we at? Half double in the next 4, join to the top of the beginning 2. Okay, so I'll join here and then fasten this off and make another one. So let's see, tail for sewing. So around and around. And I will weave this end in, just probably down through those stitches and trim that end. I'll make another one of those, but then the last thing to make is 2 of the hanging loops. So this is with the white color, and it's just chaining. You know, I probably don't really need to demonstrate this, but we shall. So just going to chain 36. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you are chaining a lot of stitches and you don't want to have to keep counting, you can put a stitch marker like every 10 or so to save you some counting time. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. And then it says we want a 30-inch tail for attaching. So I'm going to take this real quick and just... 30 inches is a lot. Well, that's fine. Okay, so about here, I'm going to cut here and then do a slip stitch and tighten down to finish that off. So I will make another one of these and make the other of the extra pieces and be back. Okay, so here we are. We got the head, face, the eyes, the mouth, 2 straps, body, and the 4 legs. Now, I'm not going to do assembly now because assembly takes a lot of focus that I don't necessarily have at the moment. But I am going to take a look at this and see if I think I need to redo these pieces. So I do think this is pretty small and that my tension could be looser in that. I think the head might be okay. It could be a little bigger, truthfully, but I don't think it's necessary to redo. But if I'm redoing the body, I might just redo the head with just a looser tension. I have often run out of yarn with these kits, so I have gotten more careful about making sure that it's small. But honestly, these eye pieces, these things could probably be smaller. Not that it really matters that much, but I'm thinking proportion wise, I might want to make these 2 gray pieces bigger. So probably, since it's not that, it's pretty quick when I'm just doing it and I'm not recording. I think before I do assembly, I will make these pieces a little bigger. I'm going to follow everything exactly. I'm just not going to tighten down like I have previously and allow them to be a little bit bigger, because now that I know that I have this much gray left, I'm like, okay, I don't have to be worried about it running out. So with that being said, that's going to be it for this one. And I should be able, you know, obviously if I'm going to be recording, I need quiet and I need whatever, like, so I won't be restricted though working on these. I can do them whenever. So I'll try to get these done and then put this together and see how it looks. Now, these do look kind of tighter, the brown pieces, which, so maybe if I'm redoing, I might do them tighter because, you know, it's like I realized I needed to loosen up from the gray, but then maybe the brown I loosened up too much. I don't know. There's more space there, but we measured the white and the white was a good size. They just don't always give sizes. So, you know, maybe I'll do those. That would be really fast. Redo those like a little bit tighter and just mess with the tension in that way. But anyway, I hope that this was helpful and that we can finish this kit up soon. I got the avocado. I got some Star Wars ones to do next. And I'm excited to get those started. So see y'all next time.